I got myself an iPad more than a year ago. It's the 6th gen iPad. Before I used to use it only to watch content, but after I got a few accessories for it, my perspective and my use cases have changed a lot. So in this particular video, we're gonna discuss a few cases in which an iPad can be really helpful, and I'm gonna include my experience in that too. So if you're interested in this particular topic, then make sure to stick till the end. And with that said, let's hit that intro. Alright, so before we jump into any of the use cases, let me tell you about the iPad that I own. I have the 6th gen 2018 baseline iPad with 32 gigs of internal storage, and it's the Wi-Fi only model. It comes with the A10 Fusion chip, which honestly is around 5 years old now. This also has a 9.7-inch display, which is simply amazing, and the resolution is just over 1080p. So yeah, it looks amazing, it has great color accuracy, and all in all, it's a great display. Well, that's it for my iPad. Now let's move on to the use cases. If you're a student in this pandemic era, most probably you're attending your courses either through Zoom calls or Google Meets or any kind of other meetings or video calls. And in this case, an iPad can be really helpful. So along with the iPad, I would suggest you to go with the Apple Pencil in order to take notes and highlight documents and do assignments easier and stuff. So this combo is more powerful than you think. Whether you're taking Zoom calls or Google Meets, or you are taking notes on the go while listening to the lecture, or highlighting documents, highlighting your notes, doing all that stuff, this can be made really easy on this particular iPad, because you can use multi-window, and on one window you can just watch the lecture, and on one window you can just write down the notes. So yeah, that is very helpful, and it's a very portable setup, because the iPad is really lightweight, and the Apple Pencil in the new ones just sticks to the side, so you can take it anywhere and attend your classes from anywhere. Well, you can always get away with not getting the Apple Pencil, but I would suggest you to get that, because it is somewhat the best accessory that you can get for your iPad. And this combo is also quite cheaper than a traditional laptop, and it is in general cases more powerful also and more versatile. Now, keeping in mind the combo of the iPad and the Apple Pencil, let's just move on to the next use case. As I mentioned in the previous section, the iPad plus the Apple Pencil is also a great option for artists. So if you're an artist who likes to draw or sketch or make illustrations, or you are a logo designer, graphics designer, this can be really helpful for you, because the Apple Pencil is the best stylus that you can get for the iPad, and with the newer generations the latency is super low, and yeah, it directly sticks onto the iPad. It has multiple gesture controls, you have scribble features and all that. So it's a great combo for artists too. You have very powerful apps for the iPad, like Procreate and Sketchbook and all that stuff, which you can really take full advantage of with all this power and all this portability. I personally have started using the Apple Pencil a lot to draw a lot of things, or sketch out or plan out my thumbnails, highlighting documents and shining documents and all that stuff. So the Apple Pencil has been a really great accessory for my iPad, because I like to draw, and yeah, I'm also making custom wallpapers. I'll leave the link down in the description. Make sure to check this out. Alright, with that completed, let's move on to the next section. Now, with the release of iPadOS 14, Apple also introduced more multitasking features and more desktop class features for the iPad, like desktop class browsing and full screen apps, more powerful apps for video editing and stuff and writing. And they also introduced the Magic Keyboard with the iPad Pros, which is a great accessory for writers, to be honest. You can always connect a generic keyboard, a Bluetooth keyboard and a Bluetooth mouse, because guess what, this also has mouse support now. So you can always connect a Bluetooth keyboard and a mouse and use it like a portable computer, to be honest, if you want to do that. but yeah, that is totally possible. And if you're a writer, you can write out scripts, articles and all that stuff right from the iPad, as I said, using a wireless keyboard or mouse, or even the Magic Keyboard. So here with me I have the Logitech K480 keyboard. It is a wireless Bluetooth keyboard which has multi-device support. So I have connected it to my phone, my iPad and my laptop, and I keep switching between them to use it with different devices. And with this I also have the Lenovo 600 Silent mouse. So this is a Bluetooth mouse and it also has multi-device support, so it can connect up to 2 devices at the same time and you can switch between them simultaneously. So I have it connected with my laptop and my iPad, and I use both of these devices across different computers. So yeah, this is a great thing that has been introduced with the iPad, and slowly but surely the iPad is converting into a computer. Alright, so this is the last segment of the video, and yeah, this is the one which I relate most to. So as you can see that I am a content creator. So with the use of the iPad, I do a lot of things. I edit photos, I make my thumbnails, edit my thumbnails and all that stuff. And yeah, some people even edit entire videos on an iPad. One of my good friends, Majora Boy, he edits his entire videos on an iPad Pro using LumaFusion. And yeah, that is completely insane. You can also produce music on this. I have personally used GarageBand on this to produce music, which is a very surprising thing, I know, but yeah, it is totally doable. And with the introduction of the M1 iMac, the performance of the iPads have gone to the next level. And with WWDC this year, we may also see some desktop class apps for the iPad OS with M1 chips. So really excited for that. And yeah, that's about it for this particular video. Alright, so apart from the use cases mentioned above, there are a lot of other use cases which different people use the iPad for, but I relate mostly to these ones. That's why I mentioned these in the video. The obvious ones being playing games or watching content, which I think everybody does on their iPad. And yeah, some people also read books and stuff. So yeah, it's also content consumption. So these are common things which you can do with your iPad. So yeah, all in all, the iPad is a great, powerful device, and it becomes more useful when you pair it with the right accessories. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Tell me down in the comments if you're using an iPad and what do you use it for, or if you're planning to buy one, do hit the links in the description. They are my affiliate links and they do help out the channel. Alright, so if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It helps the video reach more people. And make sure to subscribe to the channel to stay notified about the new uploads that I do. So hit that bell icon also. And yeah, with that said, I'm your friend Shinobi, and I'm signing out. Peace.